Hey, check me out. I'm back like 2 days later. Oh no, this is gonna be fun. I there's a lot of stuff I struggle with because I was limiting YouTube too much. So I'm really happy to be doing this. This is gonna make everything else pop just way better. But because of my last video I made for y'all, I want to share something that kind of goes with that a little bit. So I work in food service. I don't like talking about where I work, but it is what it is. We'll do the best we can. I work in food service. And I was telling y'all about a LSD trip in a previous video, which I'll link below. This is the scariest trip of my entire fucking life. Like, amazing, amazing experience. Terrifying. So, earlier that day, I mentioned we had a snow day from work in that video. Earlier that day, I was at work, right? And this homeless dude came in. And he was just sitting there minding his own business. I'm the type of guy, like, I mean, if you're, just don't ask the customers for money because my boss tells me to throw you out. Otherwise, I don't really care, man. I'd love for you to get in out of the cold. You know what I mean? So he comes in. He's just sitting there minding his own business. And finally, he comes up and asks for a sandwich. I think another customer had already bought him food. But he comes up and he asks for a sandwich. So it's the end of the day. I got leftover food. I'm like, sure thing, boss man. I whip it up for him real quick. And I whip it up for the guy. And the whole time, you ever just have that weird feeling about somebody? And I don't mean bad. Like, not, I mean the total opposite. You just have this interesting, just pure of heart feeling from somebody. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm way too hippie for this world. I don't know. But I get that sometimes. Like you can read the bad energy on people, or if they don't, they mean no harm. When I say my man's meant no harm, he was big chillin', just trying to get some food, stay warm for a few. So I made him a sandwich because I just, like I said, I liked his energy. And when I made it for him, he tried to kind of fuck with me a little bit. Nah, I didn't like that too much, but it is what it is. I can't get mad at a homeless guy for trying to stay warm. Um, you know what I mean? I don't have that problem. I'm warm when I want to be warm. You see me? I'm recording a video in a house with heat when it's cold. I can't be mad at you, homeless man, for trying to be warm. I hope you fucking succeed, my guy. I swear to God I do. So, but he did. He tried fucking with me a little bit, and he didn't want to leave, and it was time for us to go. And again, I rolled back on that thing I said before. My boss has rules, and it's my job to enforce them. So we argued a little bit. We kind of just had a little bit of a problem, and it seemed like it just seemed like he wanted to see how I was gonna handle the situation. Cause finally he just looked at me and he said, "Okay." He got up and left. Like he just wanted to see what type of person I was. I guess he was really. You could see it in his eyes. Everything. He was really just trying to see what the fuck I was made of. And he gets up. He walks to the door. I follow him to the door. Frustrated by the way he argued with me. You see how much it bothers me today, right? But I walk him to the door, and he goes to leave, and he turns around and he goes, "What's your name, buddy?" I said, "My name's Chris, man." He goes, "Chris, it's nice to meet you. My name's Gypsy." But, oh, I did that backwards. He goes, "My name's Greg, but they call me Gypsy." And he holds his fist out to fist bump me real quick. And he goes, "I appreciate you, Chris. You a good person. I'm gonna say a prayer for you." Now, I'm not a religious person. I'm very spiritual, as you guys know if you follow my content. Highly spiritual human being, but I'm not religious. He goes, "I'm gonna say a prayer for you," and I go, "All right, man. I'm gonna do the same for you." And he just leaves. He walks away, right? And he just walks off onto the cold. And my employee even looked at me for a moment, and she said, "Man, I didn't think he was ever gonna leave. Hey, I'm sure that really pissed you the fuck off, didn't it, Chris?" I looked at her. I said, "Man, it was frustrating. I'm trying to go home. It's about to start snowing outside. I got a home to get to, though, don't I?" And she said, "What you mean?" I said, "Well, you see where he just went, right? He just went out in the cold. And he's going to be in the cold later when we're all at home warm. So, I'm not mad at him. I'm not frustrated. I'm not angry. I could never be angry at him for trying to succeed in his world. Because that's what he knew at that moment in time in his life. He knew it was time to try to be warm, because it was about to get real cold real fast tonight. You could feel it. So no, I wasn't mad at him, and that's what I told her. And I said, remember that next time you kind of want to look at somebody who has almost infinite amounts less than you in this world. You want to look at them and you want to get frustrated with them for really just trying to survive. Now, I'm not saying you got to help them. I'm not saying you got to help anybody in this world. That's on you. It's not my place to tell anybody what to do with their time, their money, anything, their love. But there's no reason to hate or judge in a negative way anybody for just trying to survive, especially when they're just trying to get something that you take for granted every day as a basic pleasure of life. This fucking house is not a basic pleasure. Sorry for that rant. But that's what I told my employee. Not all that other stuff about the basic pleasures. That was for y'all. But that's what I told my employee. I said to her, nah, man, I'm not mad at him. He was just trying to be warm. Remember that when you're warm tonight. That's what I said to her. So he was on my mind, though, the whole day. I'm itching my leg real quick. He was on my mind the whole day. I got my errands done, came home, I worked on some writing, worked on some other stuff, and I even wrote about him in a journal. And then I took 3 hits of LSD, and I proceeded to have truly the scariest yet most enlightening experience of my entire life on psychedelic drugs. I don't know if they're related. They're probably not. I'm crazy. You know what I mean? I do drugs. I do psychedelic drugs. That's what they do. They make you temporarily crazy. But I do believe that something in some way, the proper spiritual connections were made in that wonderful little experience and interaction I had with my man's Gypsy at my job, and at the end of the day. And I earned an experience that night. I'm not saying I'm special. It's not what I'm saying. But I earned an experience that night through a pure connection and a pure interaction with another human being. And that I do believe. And I'm grateful, and I am grateful for the whole interaction and the chance to hopefully throw a little bit of game at my employee about judging a book by its cover type shit. You know what I mean? That whole oh fuck the homeless. I work for my money. I feel you, bro. Hey, me too. I am not somebody that's quick to give homeless money, because I don't know what they're gonna go do with my money. But I don't judge them for the fact they need the money. Even if they might go use it for drugs or alcohol. I don't judge them. I just don't give them money. But that's the story I got for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I do go way more in depth into this story too in a blog post. It's the same blog post that I talked about before, but I felt like these were 2 good stories to break up, because the way that the point they're making are drastically different, but they made a good blog post together. But I'll leave another link to the blog post down below, just like I did in the last video blog, and I'll leave a link to the video that I link to. If you're not a reader and you don't want to go read the blog post about the whole day and the trip itself, I'll leave the link below to the other video so you can hear a little summary of the whole experience that came afterwards. I'll also have links down below, of course, to my website, my blog. Check it out. You can click that, trhpodcast.com, down below. From there, you can get to my podcast, my blog. You can reach all my social media there, and I'll have links to the social media down below as well. Please do me a favor. Check that stuff out. Subscribe to the newsletter on the website. Go follow me on Instagram. Follow me on the social media. I got various types of content about all kinds of stuff. Psychedelics, spirituality, health, holistic, clean living, all kinds of stuff. Like that's it. Yeah. So, but go follow me, please. And last but not least, hit the subscribe button down there. Like, comment, follow, all that, whatever it is. Let me know. But please, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for checking out this story. And remember what I said to y'all. You don't have to help the homeless. I'm not saying that's what you got to do, but stop being so impatient with people who just don't have as much as you and they're trying to get somewhere in this world. Have a good day.